Hey everybody, it's Duffy here on Duffy's channel, Duffy 5811. We're just going to do a quick shop cleanup. The last video I'm sure you've watched is the block prep to go out to the machine shop. What I didn't show you here was a little, just very quickly, I wanted to put these in some type of container that I can throw on the back of the truck, bring with me to the machine shop. So I got everything lined up. You'll see a couple of these pistons are clean. That's just how it happened to be in top dead center. Maybe not top dead center, but these were the ones that were out while I was cleaning the decks and everything off. So that's why these two look a lot cleaner than the rest. But this is essentially the surface of all of the pistons, how they normally were without me touching them. So I wanted to look at a few of these. These two look okay. This one's probably all right, that one. But let's take a look at this one specifically. Maybe, possibly that one. But when you start getting, and again, don't quote me, I could be wrong here, but this is what, just a quick view. If you do take heads off and you see something like this, you might want to look into it. So if you see your pistons like that, good to go. It just has kind of standard carbon built up. There's nothing out of the ordinary. It might be a little camouflage looking like these. But if you see something like this where you have a ring, or one like this where you have like that half moon shape, you're probably getting, I think it's called oil or ring wash, where your rings are going on your piston. And what's happening is, you know, you're getting blow by, and when the spark plug and everything is going off and you're topped out, and then it's shooting the piston in its return setting, you're getting the oil, whatever else is down in there, it's like instantly vaporizing it, and it causes this wash here where it cleans the shit out of the top of your piston. So if you see that most of your pistons look like these, and you have one that looks like this, you're going to need to re-ring this baby. So it's not saying that you have any major damage, but if you get heads off, take a look at that pretty cool tip and a little trick that you might learn just by a visual inspection, that the rings might be bad on those. So let's go over here, and this is going to be pretty cool because I've been kind of waiting for it. We're going to get rid of a lot of stuff that I don't need. And we can start with this baby right here. The old harmonic balancer. So when you see that the seal is going, or even when it's cracked like that, your harmonic balancer is no good. Plus, most of them will have a little ring here, but this one's actually not bad because I can't catch my finger on it. But once you can catch your fingernail on it, it's done. This one's going to be replaced because the bushings and all that stuff, that rubber is gone. And you're going to be, like I said in the last video, you're going to be spending some money here. So let's get rid of the shit that I am not going to be using. I got my Permatex Ultra Slick for my reassembly. So that's for the fuel. Distributor I'm going to keep for now. I am going to get rid of this. I'm not going to throw it out now. I'm doing everything one-handed, but I want to save this bracket. But my ignition coil, I am going to be getting rid of. I'm probably going to be getting rid of that cap and all this stuff. In the fuel pump, what do you guys think? Garbage. I don't even see markings on this bad boy. It just says AC. There's two holes in there. AC. But guess what? This baby's going in the garbage. Trash, baby. Never throw out the bolts. You never know, man. You never know. I am maybe looking for a fuel pump bolt. And there they're going to be. Fuel pump, trash. If you see this giant tire here, that's what I ended up taking the engine on its trip. I'm probably going to use it again. So we have our timing gear cover. That's going to be saved But what is not going to be saved is what goes on top of it. Our 1966 water pump. So there it is. I just want to give myself an eyeball. So when I go to buy it again, I'm getting the right one. This baby is very heavy. That's another thing I can cross down the road. Do I want to get an electronic water pump? Man, this thing, wowzers, this thing is heavy, dude. That's like a cylinder head. Trash. Again, I'm not going to throw out the cover, but I am going to throw this out, but not right now because I'm going to purchase another one, and I want to make sure everything jives. So these are brackets. This is a idler bracket. I have all my AC components. So let's take a look at this starter. Let's see. Bolts. Keep them babies. This baby is heavy as all get out too. Oh, baby. Oh, that's heavier than the water pump. It's insane by just replacing some accessories that, oh, goodness. That you can really, so here's a part number. You can really lighten up the engine just by replacing some stuff. The teeth, everything, it's moving freely, but this baby is junctified. I mean, look at this thing. Would you throw it back in your car? It's got a hole in it. It's dusted. It's busted. It's trash. I'm not going to be able to pick up that bag later. Let's see. I have retainers here. These are going to be replaced, but again, I'm going to wait. So I actually have a triple belt. Look out, because I had the AC on there. I am probably going to go, this is a dual too, so I'm probably not going to use these. But again, I'm waiting because this is way down the line. That's like one of the last things we're going to be doing. If you get the pulleys, you're fucking done, dude. AC, I might end up just selling it. Oh, what is this shit? Fucking crusty ass alternator. I will save the spacer. These bolts and stuff, guys, keep all the hardware. I'm telling you, you're gonna be looking for this shit later. You're gonna need it. You can clean that stuff up. It looks brand new, and it's not gonna, unless you're blasting off to fucking outer space, you could use that stuff just fine. So we got broken wires back here. This thing sounds like fucking, you guessed it, trash, baby. Now, if you really wanted to, you could take a puller. This is a dual pulley, and you could save the front of that. You can also cut it open, which is what I'm going to do, and bring it to the scrapyard because it's trash. I'll put this baby right there. Trash in it, dude. Let's see what else we could do. This, my oil sender pressure gizmo, I'm gonna save it for now. This will be replaced, but this will be probably, it'll probably be saved. It's just a lot of gunk, but you could save that. Because finding these like oddball pieces, a certain length, these are all different. So that's what's on there. I got to clean that up. This will be replaced. That's going to be saved. So let's take a look at, this will probably be the last piece we look at today. This is my oil pump here. And another excellent channel member was talking to me about oil pumps. And he told me to make sure that this baby is not candy caned, which it doesn't look like. It looks very nice and straight. Has the retainer on it. And so what you're going to look at is to see if this, I mean, it's covered in filth, but if you can't look down and see a straight line all the way down like that, if it's twisted, like it was in a freaking iron forge and you heated it up and held that side and twisted this side, it looks, like a candy cane pattern. So I don't see that here. It looks nice and straight. So I'm going to retain this piece. I am going to retain the hardware, and this oil pump 2-bolt oil pump. There's the, wow, is that from, that can't be right. 62. That can't be right. It's possible. Who the hell knows, man? If anybody knows that part number, let me know. And it has a SP on the top. Fucking super pumper. You want to go with the high flow, but I want to retain the same orientation on the block, which is this right here, where it hangs over the number 2. Because that's our front sump. Yes, that's the front sump. And as of now, I don't want to change that. So when it does come time to put the oil pan and everything back on, I'll look into which one I'm going to buy. Preferably, it's just going to be the same orientation, front sump, but the high flow. And I'm not sure. That is strange that it has that extra bolt there. But this baby's junk. If you ever take your oil pan off, you need a new oil pump. And the one piece of advice that I can share with you guys, and I actually learned it from a buddy of mine. We used to work together, and we started talking about oil weights, different weights of oils and how they burn, and we're talking about spark plugs and all that stuff. I learned a lot about different oils. I love the AMS oil. I love the Royal Purple. And if you have to, I do like the Mobile one. But you should always use OEM filters if you're not doing high performance like a Royal Purple filter. That's fine. Or the, oh boy, what's the other one? Ooh, I can't remember it right now. Ooh, but I think it's white and black. Oh geez, what is it called? Can't remember, but that's an awesome one too. The one thing that I learned that is very, very important is your oil in this thing, because every single piece of your engine, some way or another, is lubricated by oil. And it is secondary to the oil's first, but secondary to that is your cooling, because in all these passageways, your coolant goes in here, you have crossovers, you got all sorts of weird shit that the cooling it keeps everything within a nice range so it doesn't heat up and just burn. But your oil comes out of all these little cavities here. Comes out of the top. There's your filter. Ugh. Sorry, trying to do that one-handed. It's coming out of everywhere. So all your little galleries and stuff like that, make sure you guys are doing your oil changes, because that is the lifeblood. So just food for thought. I'm sure you guys know that already, but if you didn't know already how freaking important oil is, you do now. And I learned that by just a visual inspection, saying, man, this piece of the block gets oil. This piece of the block gets oil. Jesus, by the time I'm done with this thing, every single thing has very minute orifices where oil has to go through. And if you are not constantly, if you lapse, all it takes is 1 or 2 times for you to fuck up your oil change. To lapse on it, to get gunk. Maybe you're off-road and stuff like that. You're getting dirt sucked in the intake. Once that sludge is built up, of course it's going to help to maintain your oil changes, but you're gonna end up messing your engine up, and you're just going to be recirculating that sludge if you can't get it out. So definitely very cool to see all the different ports and everything that the oil travels through, and the amount of pressure and stuff that it puts on your crank and your camshaft and all that good stuff. So just very cool little knowledge piece that I learned back in the day, and how, again, different weights of oils will change that. If you're not putting the right weight of oil in there, you're not gonna be able to push oil through these little galleries, through your push rods. Look at how tiny these little push rod holes are. Check this out. Look at that baby. You know, look at how corroded this stuff is. So this is how oil comes up, goes onto your freaking rocker arms, coats your rocker arms, coats these bearings and stuff, coats all these surfaces. So keep it in mind. And what's happening now with the car world is they're giving you, and this is where, man, I can't wait to see the comments on this one. Hopefully you guys chime in. Because what they're doing with vehicles now is they are giving you zero weight oils. Oh, I owned a Subaru at one point in my life. Loved the cars. This is no disrespect to Subaru because I absolutely love them. But they're coming out with zero weight oils. I had a Subaru that called for 0W20. And why Subaru, why Ford, why Chevy, why Dodge, Chrysler, you name it. Every car company that's in existence now is coming out with high fuel mileage vehicles. They want your SUV, they want your truck to get 20 miles to the gallon.